Hello and welcome everyone, Sandi here. I'm so excited today because I am finally going to unbox the Green Witch Tarot. So little backstory about this before we get going. I have been thinking about getting this deck for quite a while, but convinced myself that I didn't need it. Enter Krista and Andy. My two partners in crime, they convinced me that I needed this deck. So here we are. I haven't actually seen that many cards out of this deck. I've seen some, obviously, that I've seen through Krista and Andy, and they've pulled some cards for me, if I don't misremember. And I did look at half of a flip through maybe, and I've seen it here up, about in the tarot sphere on YouTube. I know that Dawn Michelle has this deck, and I mean, how bad can it be if she loves it? Let's just stop babbling and get into this. It arrived late last night, and it's one of these big Llewellyn boxes, hard boxes, and it's by Anne Mora, and the art is by Kiri Östergaard Leonard. Right, so got my little needle here. Let's see if we can break into this. Oops. Sorry if that was really loud. Alright, let's just toss that on the floor. So it has this one magnetic flip tops and a big guidebook, just usual for Llewellyn box sets. I'm really interested in looking so forward to this guidebook, by the way, guys. Okay, so here are the cards. They are individually wrapped in plastic. They seem to have a slight, ever so slight bow to them. And then we've got the classic insert here. Well, the box is going to go in another box, in a cupboard. So let's just put that away. All right. Try very hard not to damage anything here. These backs, by the way, I've always loved the look of them. They are very pretty. I love that green. Okay. How exciting. All right. Oops. All right. They are a little bit slippery. Zoom you in. All right. Let's have a look at what we've got here then. So exciting. All right, so the cardstock is like a satiny glossy finish. You can see the ring light there. Cardstock is very thin, very thin. But I think that's just going to be to my advantage, to be honest. I have a thing against too thick cardstock. It hurts my hands. So instead of the Fool, we've got the Green Man. And it looks like we've got here some music you know, like a flute and a violin, and we've got this one dude here dancing. I'm guessing being the green man in some kind of celebration. And we've got the little traditional dog, white dog there as well, but no Cliff. This face here is really cool. I like that. I really like the... Sorry, I'm moving this out of the way so that I can... out of the camera view so that I can actually look at it more close up myself. I do really like the artwork. So, like in this... yeah. Alright. The witch instead of the magician. Oh, I like this. I like the raven up there. I like this handmade, like, looks almost like a woven or a crochet belt that she's got there. And then we've got all of the tools on the table and the wand in her hand. And I think she's holding... It looks like ginger in her hand there. Ginger root. And we can see the circle she's made as well. A protective circle. Probably of salt. Very pretty. The High Priestess. Cool. She's putting something in her cauldron. And she's got a black cat as a companion there. And she's standing among some standing stones in the full moon. Very high priestessy. Those flowers, could it be calendula maybe? They're too small to tell. Maybe the guidebook will tell me. Or are they snowdrops? The Earth Mother, very pretty. I love these ducks. Oh, come on. Those ducks are so pretty. I love them so much. I see ducks on my way to work every morning. They congregate by the river that I have to cross to get to work. And I always stop just for a little bit just to look at them, you know, as they're you know, fumbling around, and they always make me really happy. She's really pretty. I really do like this artwork so much. She's gorgeous, and I love the cornucopia in her arms as well. Okay, I can get behind this. The Horned God. He's really handsome, isn't he? Look at that. I love these animals that are congregated around him. They're all my favorites. Woodland creatures. I like that. I like that one a lot. Is that thistle around him, or what kind of flower is that? Maybe thistle. But they are a bit too pink to be thistle, so don't know. The High Priest looks very, you know, Celtic. Druidy. I like this. So far, I'm really liking this deck, you guys. There's something like, there's been a big gaping hole in my collection for something like this. And I've been really looking forward to getting this. I also have the Celtic Universal Tarot coming in, because I don't know, you guys, I felt such a need for something really over the top fantasy art style kind of deck, because I don't know, if maybe mainly for escapism, maybe. I don't know, but I actually really like this High Priest so much. He's got a little bird with him there. It looks maybe like a finch or a sparrow. I love that there's been animals in every card so far, and like plants that you can try and recognize as well. So good. The Lovers, the Lady, and the Lord in this deck. Oh gosh, you guys, we had a dog like this when I grew up. Very similar to this. He looks almost exactly like him. Oh, I like this so much. It's very pretty. The Battle Wagon. Now I wonder if the guidebook is going to touch on any Celtic mythology in this, or if it's just the artwork that's meant to look similar to like Druid Celtic. Anyway, I love how he's got it's some kind of crown. If it's holly, no, it's not holly. If it's mistletoe, maybe. And then we've got a magpie flying behind him. And these horses are gorgeous. Also love that there are no reins. He's not forcing these horses anywhere. He's just using his willpower through his hand. Oh my goodness, the Crone instead of strength. Guys, I think this is the best strength card I've seen in a long time. Look at this. You know me and Crones. I love me some proper Crone energy. She is gorgeous. Oh, and we've got what is this called in English? There's the little one that's not poisonous, and then there's the big one that is poisonous that you can make hemlock from. Or is the plant maybe actually called hemlock? I'm going to put this aside, and we're going to read from the guidebook of this one later. The Holly King. Oh, this is so pretty. Oh, I love this. Look at this card. I really do love this. So this is obviously then instead of the Hermit. He's got his lantern there, and he's got holly around his head. Oh. What's that he's left on the doorstep? It looks like a... Oh, sorry, that's very... It looks like an hourglass, maybe? So cool. Oh. Okay, the Wheel of the Year instead of Wheel of Fortune. So we've got all of the Sabbats here. And a hawk, I believe. Or an eagle of some kind. Super pretty. And then we've also got a pentacle here in the middle. The Standing Stone instead of Justice, I believe. Oh, so pretty. Look at this. It's got a spider in its web here. And then we've also got daisies. Or maybe chamomile. Hang on, I forgot to check if there was... Yes, there was an animal with the Holly King. A stag. I adore this. There's animals in every card, you guys. So here we've got the Oak King instead of the Hanged Man. And we've got a little robin up in the tree here. And he is drawing a lemniscate on the forest floor with this twig. Guys, I'm in love with this deck. All right, the Lord of Shadows instead of the Devil. And we've got a lunar moth up here and a shadowed figure watching this father and son, I believe, walking away from the well. That's really interesting. I really want to see what the guidebook says about this one as well. The she instead of Temperance. That's so cool. Very interesting. This one actually reminds me a little bit of the Temperance in Druidcraft, because we also have a similar scene in the Druidcraft where there's this woman standing in a hut with the windows open and you can see out through the window at this scenery in the background, and she is tempering something in a pot. So what can we see in this card then? We can see the full moon, we can see little pixies or fairies flying about her. We can see lavender in this vase here. She also has some drying herbs up in the ceiling, and in the background through the open window we see a cow. She's got an athame here and her Book of Shadows, I believe, maybe, and a wand. There's a pentacle underneath the cauldron. We've got all the suits here in the background as well. All the elements are represented. This is a gorgeous card. Gorgeous. Okay, nature. Oh, hang on. I think I said something wrong here earlier. No. Who am I missing? Death, of course. Ugh, this isn't the devil, it's death. I was being such a silly. All right, so of course, number 13, death. I just saw the Lord of Shadows and I just thought, ooh, devil. But no, obviously this is death. I was really being silly there. Okay, so back up. We've got number 13, Lord of Shadows for death. We've got Temperance, number 14, the she. And now we've got number 15, the devil, which is nature in this deck. All right, we are up to speed. I have to add, by the way, to my defense, I'm home from work sick today, so my mind is not where it probably should be. I love this bear. I love these weird little devils that are dancing in the background here. And then we've got this hunter or huntsman putting out bear traps. And we've got fireflies in the background there, and we've got some kind of plant here. Could be nettles, but it could also be something else. Let's put that one to the side as well. We've got the wild hunt instead of the tower, which leads me to believe that the guidebook is going to talk about some kind of mythology, because the wild hunt is a very specific tale from Celtic mythology, I believe. Again, I love finding all of these animals in these and the plants in these cards. Here we've got a cockerel or a rooster fleeing the scene. And we've got some plants at the base of the tower here. And here obviously we have Herne the hunter and, you know, leading the wild hunt. Yes. The star. Gorgeous. And we've got a goldfish joining her in the water. The moon. I love this card. Oh, look at I love this moon. I love the facial expression here. And then we've got a salmon maybe in the water. Gorgeous. The sun. Oh, look at all of these sunflowers and this little picturesque scene. Got a hawk or an eagle, can't really tell from that picture up there. This looks like it was taken straight out of one of my favorite video games, you know, like Fable or something. It's amazing. I love it. Ugh. All right, and then we've got Judgment, Harvest. Yes. Oh my goodness, you guys. How long have I been waiting to find a deck that has gnomes? House gnomes. Little gnomes that help you around the garden and in your house and with your harvest. Here it looks like they've gathered the harvest together and celebrating together with their, you know, helpers. We've got a goat here. And what is that? It just looks like the woman in the background is carrying more vegetables. Oh, but then we've got a row of dead ducks hanging from the porch ceiling there. That's a bit meh. Why does this guy remind me of someone? Who does he remind me of? He looks like Will Wheaton. Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. All right, the world tree for the world, and we've got an adder and a crane. That's so cool. And it looks like, yeah, we've got all the 4 seasons represented in the tree, as well as on the ground here. We've got snow on this side. The world tree, though, I have to have a look. Because obviously, whenever I think of a world tree, I always think of Yggdrasil, and that's Norse mythology. But I'm hoping that the guidebook is going to tell me about this world tree, if it's also part of the Celtic tradition. Because I know the Celtic tradition has the tree of life, but I haven't heard about the world tree. So let's put this one to the side as well. Oh my goodness. This Ace of Pentacles is just perfection. Oh, I love this so much. Look at all the sheep. Also, guys, it's starting with the Pentacles. Usually the Pentacles is the last suit. I am kind of liking this. Unless I'm going through this deck the wrong way around. Because then it would be... Hang on, what does the guidebook say? Which suit does it list first after the mages? The Pentacles. Interesting. Loving it. All right. Yes. Two of Pentacles. I am happy to see that the artwork seems to be equally intricate for the minors as well as the majors. And we are continuing with the occurrence of a little animal in each card. So we've got a fox here. He's balancing his two pentacles. We've also got a plant here in this bucket. And we can see there's like a rain clouds, a storm coming in. So cool. Oh, guys, I'm in love with this deck. All right, so Three of Pentacles. We've got what looks like maybe an initiation rite or something. Like he's standing on top of this little stone pillar type thing here, and he's playing his harp around this little boy. Then we've got a crane here who's caught a fish. And we've got what are they called in English? What are these called in English? Cat? No, it's not catkins. It's... Oh, goodness. I am blanking so bad. I will find out and put it in the screen as per usual. But yes, love the intricate, like, carvings on these stones as well. So pretty. Four of Pentacles. Interesting. He seems to be hiding his pentacles because he's getting he's got a nosy neighbor or a relative coming by, and he's taken these pentacles off the walls and he's taking these off of here as well, kind of trying to hide them away from her. And here we've got a little tortoise here in the corner in this bowl. And some other plant here. Super fun. Five of Pentacles. Aww. This is such a pretty card. She's sitting there cold and alone on the bench. She's got an empty pouch, coin pouch in her lap. We've got a little lizard on the tree here, and in the distance we can see a roaring fire and some people gathered around it, and she's choosing to either stay here on her own, or she hasn't noticed them, or she doesn't dare to go over there. Oh. Six of Pentacles. Interesting. Oh, there's so many things here that you could have a look at. So we've got this lady here who is giving her a coin. It looks like she's giving her a coin in exchange maybe for this bouquet of flowers. Then we also have this man here who's standing also with his hand out, wanting to get a piece of the of the donation. And in his other hand he's got dice, symbolizing that he's not probably up to any good. He's going to just go and gamble that money away straight away. And then we've got this little woodpecker here. And I love how the pentacles have been hidden here as part of the building. amazing. 7 of Pentacles. He is polishing his carvings. We've got, what are those? Is it? Ooh, I seem to remember. I know I've seen these before, but I can't remember what they're called in English. But we've also got a bird of prey up here. Could be an eagle. Love this depiction as well. Super pretty. 8 of Pentacles. We've got the master at his workbench. He's carving out another perfect pentacle, and he's hung up all of his previous ones on the wall there. We've got lilacs peeking behind through the door, and a little pigeon wandering in through the door as well. So good. I also love that he's an elderly man, showing that he's been working his craft for a long time. Good. So good. Right, 9 of Pentacles. 9 of Pentacles. What have we got here? We've got another kind of lizard over here. And we've got a mother at her spindle or spinning wheel with a basket full of wool. We've got a father standing here watching his children play. Yeah, I think that's an okay 9 of Pentacles. I mean, usually we see this rich lady in a, luscious garden with a hawk. But I think this works. Yeah. And the 10 of Pentacles. We've got a kingfisher here sitting on a magnolia tree, I believe. And we've got, it looks like a grandfather and his son and the son's wife, and they're watching the next generation play in this garden. Very pretty. Love that. Page of Pentacles has a little doggy. Oh, I love this. This is so pretty. Look at this light as well coming in through the door. Knight of Pentacles. This is the best Knight of Pentacles I've ever seen. Look at this. The horse is gorgeous. The little girl, it's a little girl first of all, and not some kind of pompous knight. She's been plucking what looks like maybe hydrangeas. We've got a plough here in the background as well, and obviously this bird that I cannot tell what it is. Maybe a goshawk? Don't know. Okay, so here we've got the Queen of Pentacles, and she's sitting here underneath her tree with a dove in the branches, and she's got something that looks like, I don't know, maybe walnuts in a basket here. Also love that we see some age diversity here. But I do love this queen though. And the king, elderly gentleman with a bit of a belly. We've got an ox here in the background, and he's got, what are these called? Could it be flocks, maybe? He looks kind. I like it. Oh, this Ace of Athames. Look! There's this little mouse on a dandelion, and he actually reminds me of the hanged one in the Oak, Ash and Thorn. Because that's a mouse balancing on a dandelion as well. So pretty. Two of Athames. Another bird soaring in the sky, and this seems like they are trying to decide on how to best harvest this hay or this wheat here. Three of Athames. We've got a swan in the lake there and a lantern. She seems to be coming home from, I don't know, looks like a shopping trip maybe. I don't know. That's interesting. I would like to know what the guidebook says about this one. Alright, so we've got a resting man here in the Four of Athames, and we've got a loon. What looks like a loon here in the water. And these might be Lily of the Valley here in the background. Alright, Five of Athames. We've got a peacock here, and he's got a peacock feather in his cap. And they he's holding those Athames in a really bad way by the blade. That's not very health and safety. Interesting. Actually, is that some kind of... No. I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like some kind of Oh, what is it called in English now? It's called geranium, but it doesn't look like, the flowers doesn't look like geranium, but the leaves, the petals, the leaves remind me a bit of geranium. I want to find out about that later. Six of Athames, so we've got the classic here, but instead of a man ferrying to other people, we have a man and a horse on a little ferry. Gorgeous. Seven of Athames, we've got a skunk and a hunter returning home, and he's caught himself some conies. Some rabbits. Poor little rabbits. And she's standing there waiting with this with the wooden spoon ready to start cooking dinner. Interesting. Okay. Eight of Athames. We've got best Eight of Swords ever, because we've got, looky here, a little hedgehog. I do like this one, except usually I can't decide whether I prefer the Eight of Athames or the Eight of Swords to be that, that she's actually tied up properly, or if it's just, kind of fake tied up. I can't decide. But anyway, we also have an apple tree here. This is a beautiful card. Love that. 9 of FMAs. We've got somebody plagued by nightmares. Love this interior that we see here. This old-fashioned, like, built-in bed. And we've got a bat here in the window. And again, a plant element here that I can't really identify. 10 of FMAs with a boar family with their little piglets. So cute. And we've got a witch here by the fire that seems to be handling mandrake or something. No, not a mandrake. What is it? What are they called? No. Yeah, mandrake. Mandrake root. I'm not imagining things here. I don't know. I'll put it here if I can remember the exact name. But yeah. Interesting. It looks like she's putting a hex on someone, maybe. Alright. Page of FMAs. Amazing. Look at this card. We've got an owl in the tree here and the full moon. This little young lady with her FMA up towards the sky. This card has so much atmosphere. I love it. King of FMAs with a badger. Finally, we have a badger. And he is happily prancing around with his FMA up high. Super cool. We've got the Queen of FMAs with what looks to be maybe a goldfinch in the window. And irises in a jug here. Very cool. And then we've got King of FMAs, who's sitting here reading his correspondence. We've got scrolls and letters here. Clearly a man of thinking. Super cool. Oh my goodness, look at this Ace of Wands. Oh, this is so pretty. Look at these colors. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm sitting here shouting. I'm getting a bit excited. So we've got cherries here and maybe a sparrow. 2 of Wands. Oh, that's so funny. She seems to be waving goodbye to somebody who is leaving on his wagon. And here we've got 2 frogs that are leaping away with 2 wands. And she's holding a spindle here. Super cool. 3 of Wands. We've got a young man standing on here on the pier about to board this ship, it looks like. And we've got a ship rat on this crate here. And we can see the lady of the boat here has the 3 wands in her hands. Very cool. 4 of Wands. So we've got a couple here who is using all the apples they've gathered or harvested. And they're making cider, and it looks like they're also making some apple candy. And we've got pears here as well. And then we've got some kind of fly or something here. And this here looks like violets. Five of Wands. Oh, this gives me Harry Potter vibes. All right, so we've got an ant here who seems to have stolen a piece of food from this basket here in the middle. And we've got these 5 youngsters here, probably trying to prove who can do the best piece of magic or something. A little friendly competition going on. 6 of Wands. We got this is quite a classic 6 of Wands. Somebody riding in through a crowd, victorious in some way. And we've got a... Could this also be a goldfinch, or am I imagining things? I like looking at these people's facial expressions here. He looks like he's up to something. He looks a bit jealous. Oh, that's a cool. These cards are so beautiful. All right. Here we've got 7 of Wands, and she is reaching up to grab one of her wands from the wall. I don't recognize this flower here on the mantelpiece. And the bird here could be any little bird. I can't really see or tell what that is, but I do like the overall feel of this card. Very pretty. 8 of Wands. All right, so we've got, what have we got here? We've got she's been gathering some kind of herbs here, it looks like, and she's now making little, it looks like she's got some string here, and it looks like she's making little bunches of them. We've got a little bird here again, maybe could be a titmouse, maybe? I don't know. Very pretty. 9 of Wands. Oh, we've got a mole. We've got a mole. Oh. And we also have a pixie. And he looks perturbed by him or her. Oh. Looks like maybe he's trying to protect his creations from this pixie or something. I don't know. All right, 10 of Wands with a squirrel. Yes, I was wondering when a squirrel is going to show up. Classic 10 of Wands again. Lady here struggling with her load, but she's pulling through. Page of Wands. Such a cutie. We've got a donkey here in the background. Knight of Wands. Also has some kind of, could it be a crown of lily of the valley maybe? And then we've got this bird here. Pretty. Queen of Wands. This is an amazing Queen of Wands. I know there are some people who are going to be like, why is there not a black cat with her? But We've got lilacs in a vase instead of sunflowers, and we've got a yellow bird here that I'm not sure which kind of bird it is, but I love her face there. Super pretty. And we've got a King of Wands who has a... Ooh. What is that? Is it a... Hang on. I need to know what animal that is. Overall, I haven't even looked in the guidebook yet, and I'm hoping that it's going to actually say what animal is joining them in each card. A ferret, and it does say yes. Good. So it's a ferret, and he's got lemon balm in the flower pot in the window there. I am having a sneaking suspicion that I am going to be doing a deep walkthrough of this later when I've gotten to know it a bit better. Super cozy card. All right, so the last suit is the Ace of Chalices, the Ace of Cups, and we've got lilies and a fish down here, maybe salmon. Oh, these aces, you guys. Two of Chalices with a goose. Super pretty. Three of Chalices with a pheasant. And water lilies. Gorgeous. She reminds me a bit of Sansa from Game of Thrones. All right. Four of Chalices. We've got a dragonfly. And whatever this thing here in this pot is, and she sits here looking quite perturbed and bored. We've got a friend coming here with a fourth cup for a visit. Five of Chalices. We've got a hare and brambles, blackberries maybe. Super pretty, but this is interesting actually. She doesn't seem to be very sad, and she's actually pouring that chalice out herself. Very interesting. I wonder what the guidebook is going to say about that. Six of Chalices. Very cute. We've got two children here, a boy and a girl. We've been playing, having some tea time here. And we've got a yellow, maybe no. Again, my words are escaping me. Not a cardinal. Not goldfinch, but a canary in this cage here. All right. Again, this looks like Lily of the Valley in this pot. We've got pixies again and a butterfly, a monarch butterfly, I believe. In the Seven of Chalices. Very pretty. Right, Eight of Chalices. Oh, are they called cormorants or what are they called? Too curious. I need to know. 8 of Chalices. It is a cormorant. Oh my goodness. I'm feeling good about myself now. And what else? Grapes, obviously, maybe. I believe. And the just double check. I'm just checking here. This was not Lily of the Valley. It's something called Solomon's Seal or Dropberry. Okay. He seems to be making the choice of leaving these 8 chalices behind when he's got his walking stick. Alright, so we've got the 9 of Chalices, which seems to be a lady trying to divine in this crystal ball. And on top of the crystal ball, we've got a little ladybug. That's cool. And it looks like this is a little chest of bay leaves up here. Interesting. 10 of Chalices. We've got a little otter. The only animal I haven't seen so far that I'm really missing is a moose or a beaver or something. And she's plucking flowers. This is the third scene, a little bit similar to this, where there's a couple watching a child play. So that's a little bit yeah, interesting. 10 of Chalices. Gorgeous. Here we've got my beaver that I was missing. And she's got something that looks like maybe again, what is wrong with my English today? A Jung in Swedish, but it is called in English heather. Yes, it's called heather in English, and yeah, it looks like heather. Gorgeous. All right, so for the Knight of Chalices, we seem to be having a stork in the back here. And he's wearing a crown of leaves, and we've got some kind of flower wreath around the horse's neck. Maybe marigolds? Don't know. Or roses? Marigolds seem more likely. The Queen of Chalices, we've got a crab. And she's wearing a crown of hibiscus, maybe? Gorgeous. Super pretty. And then we've got the King of Chalices sitting here with his feast, and he's got bees and what looks to be, are they some kind of thistle or are they cornflowers? Let's have a look. Globe thistle. Yeah. All right, you guys. I am pleasantly surprised by this deck. Really gorgeous cards. Let's have a look at the cards I've put on the side here to look at some of the meanings. So we've got the 5 of Chalices. We've got the 5 of Athmes. Wow, I've picked out 3 of Athames. We've got the World Tree, the Nature, Lord of Shadows, and the Crone. Now, I don't think we're going to read the whole guidebook entry for all of these, but I wanted to find out what this plant is here around her in the Strength card. Right, it says, the crone has a staff to which is tied a bouquet of angelica representing power, strength, and the sign of Leo. Beside her walks the lion, symbolizing authority, power, and strength. It does not mention the plants growing here on the side, but I'm gonna find out and pop the name here. All right. We wanted to read the Lord of Shadows. We wanted to find out what this plant was. 5 of Athames. And it is geraniums. I was right. Cool beans. All right. What else did we want to find out here? We wanted to read about the 5 of Chalices because it's so interesting. And I wanted to read about this nature card. This one is also interesting, and this one. All right. I'll choose one to read for you guys, and then I will choose one for myself, or I will read about all of these later. Let's do a draw. So let's mix these up and pull a card, because I can't choose. I have a feeling this deck is going to fan pretty nicely. And I was right. Let's pull them one in the middle. And we've got 3 of Athames. Cool. And after this, I'm going to put this to the side for now. And we are going to just quickly look through the guidebook. And then I'm going to read you the entry for the 3 of Athames. All right. So, the Green Witch Tarot Companion by Anna Mora. We've got acknowledgements. We've got contents. So we have introduction, chapter 1, the major arcana. Then we list all of the majors here. Then we've got chapter 2. We've got all the minors, and then we have Witch's Circle spread, Elemental Cross spread, Wheel of the Year spread, Mystic Pyramid spread, 9-card square spread, Simple Yes No answer spread, and 3 of Life spread, and a conclusion. So we don't have anything extra here at all, really. We've got the introduction, brief history of tarot, green witchcraft in the tarot. Okay, so the extras are included in the introduction, so I see. So we've got a short little table here for like numerology, I suppose. Yes, and then we've got reversed cards, reading the tarot, consecrating your deck, ground and center first, beginning a reading, doing the reading, more uses for the tarot, and then we've got all of the information about the majors. And so we get one full page of the card art, then we get 1.5 page with information, and then we get a full page with space for notes, which I think is really cool. And then it continues with the witch, same thing there, 1.5 page. And it continues like that throughout the mages. Then for the minors, I also like how you can see here that the mages actually, you can tell, are grey here on the side because of how they've chosen to depict the mages on this. I suppose, but then, hang on, no, yeah, that's true. Alright, so the minors then again get not a full page for the card, but we get almost exactly the same amount of text, because we get some text on the first page and a full second page. So nearly, a page and a quarter, I suppose. And we have all of these as well, like we have in the mages. We get a write-up of the card, then we get meaning reversed and prompt words. And here we get the same thing, a write-up of the card, and then we get meaning reversed and prompt words for each minor as well. Let's see if they are treating the court cards any differently. No. Write-up, meaning reversed, and prompt words. Super cool. All right, and then let's have a quick look at the spreads. Ooh, okay. We also have a little title page here between each suit, with some keywords for the suit, and as well as the element that they represent. Okay, so chapter 3 spreads. So here we got, okay, so they call the Celtic cross for the witch's circle spread. That's interesting. And then we've got the elemental cross spread, 10 cards. Interesting. Wheel of the Year spread. This one will be cool to try out later. Mystic Pyramid spread. Past, present, near future, mindset, others, attitudes, obstacles, anticipated outcome. 9-card square spread. Cool. That one looks interesting. Then we have simple yes, no answer spread. Tree of Life spread. Cool. And then the conclusion. Okay, guys, let's have a quick little read of the Three of Athames, and then I think we're done, which is just as well because we're over an hour now. All right, Three of Athames. Here we go. This is a card that expresses the need to avoid agonizing over a decision. This decision is a matter of personal choice, so if it is something one desires to do, then one may proceed. If it is something not desired, then one may back away. The choice to proceed may be a leap of faith, and once it is made, one should not worry about the decision. Here, the woman needs to decide if she will stay in this cottage making repairs and cleaning it up, or to be a more comfortable home, or if she should look elsewhere. Evaluating the possibilities may be part of making a decision, considering which elements are appealing and which are objectionable. But don't overthink the matter. Here the woman stands at the threshold to the unknown, but whether she stays or leaves, whether she takes that first step or not, is a matter of choice. There may be a sense of sorrow or loss involved, something that has led up to this decision time. but this should not cloud the person's ultimate decision of whether or not to proceed. At present, the way is uncertain, but once that first step is taken, the way becomes clear. This card may appear in readings for people who leave home for long periods of time or who are moving to a new location. Motherwort, an herb of confidence, protection, and warding off negativity, grows alongside the pond. A swan, a symbol of transformation, change, quest, and manifestation, swims in the pond. Meaning, taking a new path to the unknown requires courage, unfinished business, absence, separation, resolving conflicts or problems thoughtfully. A new life, independence, transition, upheaval, discarding unnecessary fears for a leap of faith. Reversed, fear of loss, confusion, strife, discord, malice, nearby. Prompt words, agonizing over a decision. Alright, I'm not so sure I can see that agonizing in this card. I'm also not so sure I can actually see, other than the window being boarded up, I can't really see that this cottage is in that much disrepair that it would be, clear to me without reading the guidebook that that's what this is about. I feel like this card could have been a bit more, It feels like, the Three of Athames is the same as the Three of Swords, right? And we usually see a heart being pierced by three swords, which I suppose they're trying to get away from, and I appreciate that. I really do. But I don't see the agonizing of a choice here. I see a woman coming home with groceries. Having been to a farmer's market or something, and, yeah, that is not, I don't know how I feel about that. Now that I know that I've read the guidebook, I can see it, but let me know what you guys think about that. Interesting. So, let's also just read, even though I said we weren't going to read any others, let's also read a Majors card, because I want to see I want you to hear, as well as me to hear, how the guidebook sounds for a Majors card. So let's pick nature, the devil. Here we go. And just to remind you, we have the bear here with next to a huntsman who's setting up a trap, and we've got some little devils dancing around there in the clearing. So, this is the card of wild nature, where the path chosen may be joyful and unrestricted or fraught with unseen dangers and overgrown vines. Here, the trapper is setting a bear trap, unaware that a bear is behind him watching. The man is equally oblivious to the fawns, okay, so they're fawns, not devils, of the wilderness dancing in the distant clearing, one even beckoning to the bear. Choices are the highlights of this card, as are possible repercussions. The warning is that short-term goals that require personal sacrifice are not always in one's best interests. Will the bear join in the revelry of the nature spirits, or will it risk being entrapped by reaching into something unnatural? People also choose the direction they travel in their lives, and sometimes what originally seems like a blessing turns out to be false. Then the choice becomes whether or not to liberate oneself. Staying in a job that pays well but has unpleasant work environment, or staying in an unrewarding relationship because of the expectations of others, are only two examples of how one may take on undesired burdens. The restrictions that are self-imposed may also be self-released, so that one may better savor the joy of life and dance with the fawns. One may choose to act freely, to laugh at the result if necessary, or to be tied to a situation, a way of life, or an attitude that is not enjoyed or liked. Following natural desire and inclination to find satisfaction in life is a matter of conscious deliberation and decision. Whether in areas of attitude, materialism, or spirituality. Yet, there is the allure of trying to control the material world or letting desires rule a person. The divine in nature offers harmony in living a natural life, enjoying the material aspects as well as the spiritual, and regaining control over one's life, and laughing at the tripping vines. This comfortable relationship with nature is part of the path of the craft. I'll say that fast quite 5 times. Part of the path of the craft, allowing one to be linked with nature and the divine. Comfrey, symbolizing binding, control, and liberation from control, grows close to the trap. The black bear represents endurance, introspection, and decisions, meaning accept or release self-imposed restrictions, follow inclinations, potential is obstructed or unleashed. Allow the natural course to flow, freedom, choose what appeals. Reversed, fear of change, inhibited discontent, self-inflicted unhappiness. Prompt words, choice of restriction or freedom. Wow, alright, that's very interesting and quite a different take on the Devil card, which I really appreciate. I really do appreciate that quite a lot. Also, but I am a little bit intrigued. The guidebook is talking about these fawns here in the background, and it's talking about the decision of the bear, but it doesn't seem to be talking at all about the man in this picture. Like what decisions are he making putting this trap up? He's not. They don't talk about the morality around this at all in the guidebook either. Interesting. All right. Anyway, this was the first impressions, not the deep dive. So I'm so sorry. This has been such a long video now, but I had a lot of fun going through this deck, and I hope you had fun with me. Thank you so much for watching, and please take care of yourselves and be well, my friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.